Hey everybody, BATJAC J.W. Good morning. Your Saturday morning radio show, right? Hope you're tuned in. There's a lot of you that do. And good morning to you. Cup of coffee? Alright. Get the old phone going here. Got some cool stuff. Got interesting things to talk about. Oh, what is that? And we have, a DVD. I'm not going to show you that completely, but wow, this is really going slow. Come on, wake up! It's Saturday morning. Wake up! Let's get this thing going. All right. So last week's episode was a special guest. So I had my dad on the show and everything. So that was really cool, and there was a lot of kind comments and supportive comments about that. So I appreciate that. Hey, look, an ad is running. That seems to be amazing now. Anyway, okay, here we go. Comments. Okay. Alright, so we have the Crazy Scotsman, and that's cool. He says, nice find, buddy. Very cool to see your dad. Thank you, Crazy Scotsman. And if you have not seen it already, last week I showed off just a little glimpse of it. The Smith & Wesson Model 25, that's a 45 Colt. Really cool, big old end frame gun. Smith & Wesson had to have it, and also if you missed it, go back and see it. It's on the channel. There's a first look at the Model 25. Alright, and I have Lion Quest Fitness. He says, happy Father's Day a little early. It is. And I have Mr. Holster. He says, your dad did a good job. Thanks for sharing your father today. I like your father. Watch the Saint. Great gun, JW. Mr. Holster, I even got your hat on right here that I won from your sock show. Those of you guys, do forgive me. It's been like 6 months since I've been actually on steady internet. I've been just jumping around from Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi and using my phone for some of this stuff too. So it's been an uphill battle for old JW on that department, but hopefully soon to get that fixed and get the internet going. Hey, my brother, the gun enthusiast, he says, it was great to meet your dad. Thumbs up. You're right. The gun enthusiast has been a supporter of mine, and we've subbed to each other's channels way back when we first started. Really interesting. Led 8541, thank you, Led. He says, great video, sweet pistol. Led, thank you. Again, I usually try to keep up with everybody's videos, but lately just the internet has been really a battle for me. So I got EB Saint, Panama Brad, Mr. Rory James. I was just reading your comment there, Mr. Rory James. Alright, Bob Hartman, Peppered 88. I think we got the usual guys here. 454 Packer, and MP Gunther 1, Edward Petty, Big Al, Bernard Flood, Jeffrey Richardson, Health Power, Stan, Sean Callahan, gotta love that last name, man, and a good profile picture. Alright, Mr. Zona Cat 1, Brian Shirley, Oscar Rodriguez, that's a new one. Oscar, well, new comment from you. I haven't seen your comment before. What'd you say? Pretty cool, man, and great to see your pops, buddy. Thank you, Oscar. Alright. My 1968 AK. I'm probably going to butcher that, but I'm not gonna say it, but it's something Kalishnikov. Great video, BATJAC. Can you do a video on your 1897? Would love to see it more in detail. I sure will. I'll try to get that out there. I did do a video kind of a little close up with it, so check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I'll feature it a little bit more. Alright, and Darren Baggs, 6 Gun. My brother, long live the Duke. He says, great show, nice to meet your dad. Glad to see him on the show. My dad got me into old westerns and other great old movies. Got me shooting at a young age, started hunting at the age of 12. And both of us are still hunting together. That is really cool, man. That's awesome. And Darren, yes, I do. The Hondo poster is in here. It's in a box, safe. It made it with me all the way out here. Trees are blowing. Good to see you, Trees. I do miss your channel, man. But understanding, you know, some of us, we got to do other things but I do miss your channel. Arizona Ghost Riders, simply awesome to see your dad and your new toy. Well, you know what, Santee, you haven't even seen the thing up close, so get your butt over here. Alright, Varen K, Douglas Walther, Glock 17, PR veteran, 3 Wolves 4570, Joe P, my man Joe, the Gunfighter 45 ACP. Okay, that's cool. Got a lot of comments this time around. A lot of, so I appreciate it. Subscriber count going up on the channel. I just checked it, and it's like, wow, we're coming up really close to 6,000. That's pretty amazing for me, thinking that, I remember back I was just thinking, wow, it would be nice to even get 100 people to subscribe. So, alright. Yeah, the title of this JW's radio, I did it again. Yes, that's right. Went into a pawn shop, and it's I'm sitting there walking around the pawn shop, and what do I find? Yes, another gun shop or pawn shop score. By the way, I'm starting to really like pawn shops out here, because there is just like, you can get just about anything in them, and the reason I like them the most is they're willing to negotiate on prices. That's the best part of it. And what do I have? Oh boy, I bought a Walther PPK. Well, it's actually not really a Walther. It's an Interarms licensed to make it under, yeah, it says under license of Carl Walther and everything, but it has all the Walther marks on it and everything, so it's pretty cool. From what I understand, they're out there, but they're kind of getting a little scarce a little bit. And what person did not grow up watching James Bond or is into James Bond that just does not understand the romance and the PPK? Now, yeah, this one's in 380, which, interesting thing, I've never owned a 380. Alright, this is the first 380 I've ever owned. I've shot a 380, but not very much, maybe once or twice. So this is the real 380 I've ever bought and shot. Took it to my job and shot it. And yeah, the indoor gun range, for those of you that don't know, you're kind of wondering, wait a minute, he took it to his job and shot it? I work at an indoor gun range, so yeah, so I took it there and shot it, and I was very impressed. So I tried 2 different types of ammo. I tried the stuff that we got down there at work. It's this Fiocchi stuff, 380. What do we got here? 95 grain, full metal jacket, flat points. And I went to Walmart and decided to try some other stuff. I just wanted to, and I really, now at first I think I had the thing soaked down too much with oil, because when I got it, I just wanted to give it a once over, so I really cleaned it good, and I let the ballast all kind of sit in. So it was a little wet, but now that it's dried out a little bit and I cleaned off the excess, I have not had any bobbles. In the first part of that, yes, I had a couple bobbles, which I was concerned, but those seem to have, knock on wood, here's some wood right here, seem to do okay. I picked up this stuff from Walmart. This is Winchester Train and Defend stuff. So this is the lead-free primers. What's the grains on it? Are they seriously not going to give me the grains? That is weird. Okay. That's very strange. Unless I'm just totally missing it here. They do not tell me the weight of the bullet itself, the projectile. That's weird. Any of you guys know, or if I'm missing it on this Winchester Train and Defend, not sure the weight on it. I'm assuming it's 95 or 100. But anyway, interesting thing is it says it's practice ready, less recoil. It seemed to have a little bit more punch than the Fiocchi, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. I have to take it and shoot them side by side and really gauge that. I really want to find out. But yeah. So came with this other holster there they got, but being a lefty, it makes it hard to, because it's a right-handed holster. But yeah, I thought about getting a shoulder holster for this thing and carrying it kind of like on, and you know, feeling a little like James Bond. But yeah, as we all know, hopefully, well, if you're a Bond fan, I guess you know, or if you just kind of heard about it, Roger Moore passed away, which is a shame. I watched a lot of Roger Moore Bond growing up, and so that was really kind of sad for me. But Roger lived a pretty good life, and he made it, what is it, 89 or 90 years old he lived up to. So my dad and I decided to go out and look for this one right here, The Saint on DVD, Roger Moore, before he was James Bond. You could almost say this is definitely the precursor to James Bond. When you watch a few of these episodes, you really see why he was chosen to be Bond. Really cool. We got season 1 and season 2 on this thing. The Saint. Really cool. Very cool DVD set. Only watched a few of the episodes of season 1. Those are in black and white. Really neat to see that. Really neat to see the cool factor back then. Like the guy that I don't want to give it away too much in case you guys haven't seen it, but the guy that supposedly he's trying to kill his wife, and he is attempting over and over again. I guess he's killed other wives of his, but he had a whole makeup setup. He was dressing up like a woman, like an old lady, and he had all this prosthetics and stuff. It was really interesting for the time period. You know, you got to think, wow, that was like, what was it, 1960s when he did that. So that's really cool. So yeah, the PPK, this is the PPK-S, which, from my understanding, the grip is slightly longer and thinner than your standard PPK. And as I started to read up into these Walthers, which I've never really read up into them too much, but to get an authentic Walther, it's actually kind of rare. And they are out there. It's not like it's impossible to get them, but the real original Walther PPKs are very pricey, and I hope Walther starts to redo them and get them back out on the market, because I will certainly buy one of their new ones that comes out. Now, here's the thing, I wanted to just touch on it real quick. The Smith & Wesson made ones, okay? That's the S&W. When Walther, I guess, couldn't have them made in the U.S. or something, I don't know. I'm not sure all the history on that. I'm sure many of you know, and you probably leave a comment about it. But one thing I did not like about the Smith & Wesson made ones, okay, this part right here, I guess you could say it's the beaver tail. They extended it out a little bit, almost like a 1911, the old GI 1911s. Now, I totally understand why. It's a slide bite. You definitely don't want slide bite. But me, as for me, in my opinion, being really into the movies and stuff, and really into the old school style of things, it changes the contour, it changes the lines of the PPK. It changes it enough to where it bothers me. And I know, I'm weird, okay, but it did. It bothered me. So the original style design, this is a little bit different. It's shorter. I mean, so yes, if you got meaty hands, or if you got a big hand, you may get a little extra meat up in there. And this slide, yep, it will actually bite you a little bit. So it's something to think about. So, but it's I'd rather just have the original look of it. Now, this is not going to be a gun that I'm going to try to shoot a whole bunch or anything, but I just like it because it just to have it, just to fondle it from time to time, and you know, if I want to take it to the range, blast a few rounds, cool. And that's about it. Alright, so the other thing, last but not least, we'll talk about, I got this bag here, and I got it for work, really, and carrying it around, and it's a tool bag. I'll have to show it to you in a little bit more detail, but it's got a bunch of my junk in it for work. Magazines and such. Mag loader. I got the Magpul Glock 19 magazine. These have been holding up pretty good. I got to do a follow-up video. I did a video, first impressions of it. I got to do a follow-up video. And what else we got in here? Oh, a Beretta magazine. These things are so expensive. I'm so glad that I found this thing. $15 surplus. Why not? Why spend 50 when you know you can buy something like this? And I don't know why they're so expensive, but yeah, it's a surplus one. It's got, like, you know, I don't know, some markings on it that makes it that way. And oh, the fun stick, 33 rounder but that's just stuff I carry to work, just, you know, for fun in case I want to, shoot up some stuff on the range and whatnot. But the bag itself is really neat because it's a tool bag, I guess I was saying, and got it from Harbor Freight. Yes, there's a Harbor Freight right down the road, and Harbor Freight is really cool. And I got that thing on. There was they were running a discount, so I picked up that bag for like $7. It's holding up great, like it, and you can't beat a $7 bag. And the thing is, the reason too is like the stuff at work gets beat up really easily, so don't want to carry anything super expensive and super nice, right? So thanks for tuning in. It is Saturday morning. Go out, enjoy your weekend, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. It's your time off, hopefully, or you might be at work watching this. That's the beauty of these new phones, right? I guess. So thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe as always on BATJAC J.W. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for tuning in and staying here right now with me. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all the subscribes that we've been getting, the subscriptions we've been getting, and everything. So keeping it going, trying to keep this channel up and going. It's been fun, and it still is. So I'll see you later.